Hi programmers. Actually, recently I was working with my front-end developers, and he was thinking that can I have APIs so that I can plug your APIs based on the requirement of the project, and I can plug it into my front end and then test it. So what he already wanted was all the CRUD operation of our application. That's all. So what I was thinking that building that entire requirements that definitely take times in regards to backend perspective. So I came up with the solution that how can I give him quick APIs which will be performing all the CRUD operations based on our application requirements. So how can I give them and how to implement that one? Let's have a look. Okay, let's understand how can I build those APIs with a simple example. For example, we have a kids clothing shop and I have to create all the CRUD operations based on that application itself. Okay, let's have a look how we can create that one. Okay, so first step, what you have to do over here is that go to Lambda function quickly, create a Lambda function, and let's give the name kids cloth shop, something like that. I'm gonna copy this one. Let's create this one in Node.js. You can create in any platform. Just select over here like Python and any platform you want to create like over here. So I'm just gonna go and create in Node.js, create function, and that's all. You don't have to do anything. Okay, so this is acting as a backend service which will not be connected to the database, but it will be providing all the CRUD operations which a backend developer wants to give to the front-end guy. Okay, let me go down and check the code. Yes, we got the Lambda function as a code over here. And if I go quickly and test it, not here, just click test, and it will be asking me to create one something like that test element, and just save it. And now if I hit it test, it will be giving me hello world from the Lambda function, which is coming from this one. Okay, we will do slight changes over here. Instead of giving us a hello from Lambda message, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this event that is the most important part. I'm going to paste it over here. That's it. So guys, this event is most important object. Okay, and that comes in any different programming language. So just paste it over here, and now try to test it one more time. See, you are getting the same one. I just forgot to deploy it. Quickly deploy it, and then once you test it, you can see that we got the key value pairs which are coming from that input variable which we pass from here. Okay, the first thing. Now the second thing is that how can I create API or connect the API on this one? So what all you have to do is go to API gateway and connect that API gateway as a trigger to this Lambda function to perform all the CRUD operation. Okay, now go to API gateway. All right, once you are on API gateway, select REST API. Yes, I want to create a new one. I don't want to create any example. I just want to create a new API. And try to create exactly the same naming convention of your Lambda function and just add suffix to API, something like this. Okay, and create API. Now over here, you can see that we don't have any resources or any HTTP methods, nothing like that. So start creating with the resource first. So let me put exactly the same URL. So it will be like endpoint / our project name and create a resource. If I go here and select any method, get, and select get, it will be asking yes Lambda function I wanted to have, and select this use Lambda function proxy and just select this one. Now at the time of creation, this one, please make sure to check this box, because this box is nothing but this object which is here, that is event, which means that whatever you are passing in future from the API gateway as a request body, that will be captured via this event. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to show you how that thing will look like. So just save it. And that's all. Now we need to deploy this function one like first time to make that thing available as an endpoint. So create a stage, and you have already created the stage. Go to get, and this is the endpoint. Now the thing is that I just wanted to tell you that this is the REST API, right? So I hit the get. So HTTP method will be the get one, and the Lambda function is sending back the event, and that event will be having what we have sent from the API gateway. Let's have a look. So we send the HTTP get, right? So we can perform some logic operation in the backend now, saying that, okay, if let me get some variable globally. Now, if this event dot HTTP method equals to get, Then just set this one that I am a get request. That's it. Okay, once you updated that one, make sure to send this back, set the JSON object as well. Now if I go back and hit it, I can see I'm a get request like that. So what all we have to do now over here, based on our requirement, is that we are not connecting to the database, right? So we will send back an array that is a static array from this code itself. So I'll be creating a global array with a clothing shop, where cloth array, something like that. Okay, and it will be having an array of object which will be passed as a response if HTTP method is get, and we will be performing put, post, and delete operation inside that array itself. And that's all the front end guy needed, right, to perform the CRUD operation in the front end. That's all. So I have that code already set it up for you. So quickly gonna add it over here and walk you through. Now this one is like clothing array, which has 2 elements as of now. That's all. And it's just checking the body JSON object from that event. That's why I was telling that it's very important. If that is get, send me that clothing array back. If that is post, generate the ID and increment it by 1 and add that JSON object into this array and just send that particular object back. That's all. Post is done. Now the put is something like just update the update specific values based on the item ID like that, and delete based on the item ID, just delete that one. And if you are passing something else apart from get, post, put, delete, it will give an error saying that invalid HTTP method. So let me deploy it. Now if I go back, this is the get method. We already send it. We got this requirement. That's fine. Now the easiest step to implement that one and give to the front end guy is that go back to the dev environment and make sure that we can't see over here that the other methods. Make sure you should create those methods over here first, and not here. Select this resource, and inside this resource create each and everything. So let me create put, select user lambda proxy, okay, done. And same goes for delete and put. Always make sure to use this use lambda proxy integration. Okay, now lastly the create method of delete, kid, and that's all. Once everything configured, just go back and deploy it. Dev, deploy it. Once you deploy it, go back to resources. Everything is done. Now double check in the dev environment. Yes, you have each and everything over here. Select dev, export, select open API, select JSON. So what we are taking, we are taking entire collection, each and every configuration, and we will try to paste it directly into Postman. Let's do smart work, not hard work at all. Okay. Once pasted, now go back to the collection and expand this one. You can see all the operation. Now let's quickly test each and every API before giving to the front end guy. Okay, let me hit it. Yes, I got 2 elements which are coming from the static array. Now if I want to have one more JSON object to be added over here, so I'll just use post, and then open body, raw, text, JSON, and paste my JSON object. I don't want to send the ID that is being incremented dynamically. So this time I wanted to have t-shirt, but let's say I wanted to have t-shirt in any like red color. Okay, and should be 20 price, and that's fine. And the quantity I want is 10. Okay, if I send it, I can see the third element has been added into that array. If you want to double check, go back to the get API and hit it and check, you got that array. But the thing is that I realized that now I don't like the red color. I like navy blue, something like that. So I just copy this one, put it over here, go to put, I would say body, raw, JSON, select. So I want to update the third ID, right? So it's like, I'll just keep it blue, and price could be anything like 50. And I wanted to have just 2. If I send it now, so it was updated, and then go back, check it. Yes, we got the updated version in the get API. Now I just wanted to keep everything simple. How can I do that? I just don't want this one at all. I just changed my mind. I just want to delete it. So what all I'm gonna do is just copy this ID 3, go to delete, go to body, raw, text, JSON, paste it, not like that, inside the JSON object, send it, and yes, item is deleted. Now double check. Yes, we got each and everything over here. Now, this might look good from your perspective, but front-end guy might ask you, hey, mate, I don't know about the endpoint. Can I get the endpoint as well? So you just guide him that he or she can just hover over on base URL and you will get the endpoint from here. And then each and everything will easily be mapped in the front end via the fetch, Axios, whatever the libraries are there for that. And that's all, guys. Thanks for watching, and really appreciate that you are liking my videos, and that helps me and keep me motivated to create such videos. If you do like, please like my videos and share and subscribe as well. Plus, if you have any requirements, please do let me know in comment section below, and keep looking the description sections so that I'll be adding more feature related content into it. And stay tuned. Thanks for watching.